All right, so I had sent a super chat asking a question to Kyle Kulinski. I said, "Who's the best debater on the left, and are you better than Destiny?" Because obviously, I had posted the poll on my community tab saying, "Yo, dog, who is the better debater, Kyle Kulinski or Destiny?" And hilariously, I think it was like 60% or 59 to 41. It went 59 to 41 to Kyle. Now, obviously, it's because my audience is mostly Kyle subscribers, so they're going to go for Kyle Kulinski. I'm guaranteed that a lot of them don't even know who Destiny is and they voted for him. But Kyle answered this on his secular Talking Smack, and the answer he gave is absolutely insane. Check this out.
Um, all right, here it is. Here it is, everybody. The Progressive Voice asks, I knew this was coming. Best lefty debater. Are you better than Destiny? He's been waiting for this, bro. He's been waiting for this. Okay, listen, I like Destiny. I like him a lot. I think he's a really cool dude. I've watched some of his stuff. I think he's very entertaining. I think he's whip smart. I think he's great at what he does. And I think him and I having a conversation, we'd probably agree on 90 to 95% of the issues. And I'm happy, I love seeing other left commentators thriving and doing well because it's more about actually spreading the policy ideas and the goals and the influence more than any kind of self-aggrandizement or narcissism or selfish pursuits. So I love him. I love what he does. I think he's a wonderful debater. And I mean all that very sincerely. I find him entertaining and very intelligent. But having said that, yeah, of course I think I'm a better debater. I think I'm the fucking Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods of debating. I always felt that way. And I've always been that kind of a person where I have there's something wrong with me where I have this weird need to make other people understand me. And it might stem from my childhood because I think I was shouting into the abyss my entire childhood where they weren't like the family, and I'm making my family sound like monsters. They're not monsters. But I didn't get the reactions that I wanted from them, I guess. And I felt like I wasn't seen and heard. And actually, when I was really young, I had what's called a stammering problem. It's kind of like a stutter where I would struggle to get words out. And I think that all those things from when I was younger kind of culminated as I got older, where if I'm speaking and I'm saying something and the person I'm talking to or the people I'm talking to don't get what I'm saying, I go into like fucking like dig deep down, primitive, old school caveman style mode where I'm like, I need to make you understand me. I'm going to do everything I can to get my points across to make you understand me. So I think stemming from that when I'm younger, like insecurity, being afraid of not being seen or heard, like stemming from that leading to this day, I have become like a fucking Goliath of getting my points out and making people understand me and being clear, concise, and to the point in debates specifically where I'm trying to say something. And again, I love Destiny to death, and if he wants to, we could talk about this when I'm talking to him and Hassan. It's up to them. But what I've noticed with Destiny is that he's great at logic. Okay, so he's great at picking apart what the other person is saying. So like a conservative will say something, it'll have 18 things in it that are total bullshit. And he'll give you the boom, 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 boom. You're wrong about this. You're wrong about this. You're wrong about this. I'm going to dissect this. I'm going to deconstruct this. And then everybody's going to go, holy shit, Destiny just kicked his ass. And I agree. I say the same thing when I see it. I'm like, damn, Destiny's kicking his ass. But, that's only half the picture in a debate. It's only half the picture to hear what the person says and dissect it and use logic to poke holes in it. The other half of the picture. So he's great at step one. Step two is, and here's my claim, and here's why I'm right, and here's my evidence for this. I'm going to be as objective as possible and lay out all my empirical evidence. And then you're going to not only see that I dismantled the asshole, but I'm also correct, and here's why I'm correct, and I'm going to make you believe what I'm saying. And he's really great at step one, and I just haven't seen him do much of step two. So I honestly would say this, and this is no disrespect to the other, lefty progressives, but I think he's a solid number two of lefty debaters. I think there's me, and then I think there's Destiny at number 2, and then I don't know, the other ones you'd have to do a complex, detailed, some sort of analysis breakdown to figure out how the rest of them fall on the spectrum. But yeah, of course, I'm going to say that I think I'm the best debater. I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing if I didn't think I wasn't good at it. Like, if you think about it, the format of my show is almost like me, like, sparring against ghosts, if you think about it. Because when I'm talking, I'm doing my rants and I'm going off on my show. But what I'm really doing is presenting a news story, like poking the holes in the things that are wrong with it, and then building a case as to why we're correct about whatever it may be, Medicare for all, gun regulation, living wage, and the wars, yada yada. So yeah, of course, I think I'm the best at that, and that's why I do it, and that's why I love doing it. So, and again, no disrespect to Destiny, love the guy. I'll be talking to him soon, and I think he's a solid number 2. But of course, I'm gonna say I'm number 1. Absolutely, not even close.
This guy is absolutely insane. He genuinely believes that he's the best debater on the left. Not just the best debater on the left. Well, sorry, not just that he's a better debater than Destiny, but he literally thinks that he's the best debater on the left. Now, the people we're, including in this, we're not including like Noam Chomsky and stuff like that. We're talking about online left tubers who are debaters. So you've got Kyle Kulinski, you've got David Pakman, you've got Michael Brooks, you've got Sam Cedar, and I don't know, I forgot to mention David Pakman. Then you got Destiny. Those are the people you include in that conversation. And he believes that he bests every single one of those people. Now, I wholeheartedly disagree. I think that not only is he not a better debater than Destiny, I don't even think he's in the ring with any of them, except for Michael Brooks. And the rubric that I kind of go by is, there has to be a certain amount of debates done, okay? And that's the thing. To consider yourself the best debater, you've got to have done a certain amount of debates. Again, it'd be like saying someone who comes out with a hot album is better than Nas, right? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's not, it's just not possible. You're not even in the same ring with that person, right? That's the thing. I think I said that it would be like saying Soulja Boy is better than Nas. It just doesn't make any sense. Kyle, if you are to look at how many debates he's done, really he's done one. Now, how did I get to that math? We're not counting the 4-minute Fox News debates because the debates were barely any length. They were very, very small length whatsoever. It comes down to, I think, like 4 minutes of debating, and it's like 2 minutes of him actually talking. We're not counting those because those are too short to be, to count. Jesse Lee Peterson debate, no one takes Jesse Lee Peterson serious, so that debate doesn't count for anybody. Anybody who debated Jesse Lee Peterson, whether it's David Pakman or Destiny or whoever, that shit don't count. It's a joke. No one cares about that, okay? That's not a debate you have to prepare for. You could come and troll, and no one cares because it's Jesse Lee Peterson, Jesse Lee Memerson, right? So, and then the Scotty Nell Hughes debate doesn't count either, and I'm sure I know he would agree. He has to agree to this because that was the most bogus debate I've ever seen in my entire life. He came in and basically just did a monologue because what happened is there's not a single Scotty Nell Hughes fan on the entire planet, okay? It doesn't exist. And so they're at Politicon, and the crowd is packed with Kyle Kulinski fans because Kyle Kulinski has a huge fan base, and he's got a lot of sort of verbal, strong, big fans, right? And so they're all there, watching his debate. And they're clapping for him. They're cheering him on. They're like, yeah, this is great. He's doing great. And so they cheer everything he said. Scotty Nell Hughes, anytime she said something that was in any way, against what Kyle Kulinski said, boo, it was just like, you were going to get torn down. It was over. It was a wrap. So you can't, if you're in Scotty Nell Hughes' position, there's nothing you can say that's not in agreement with Kyle Kulinski. And the reason for that is simply because the crowd is against you. The crowd is going to take you down. And she knew that. And so if you watch that debate, go watch it. She just agrees with him on virtually everything, except a little bit towards the end, she starts to teeter a little bit. She's like, and then the crowd just starts going after her, even with that like slight face of disagreement. You see what I'm saying? So that doesn't, and also, I also want to say that I also don't believe that she has any convictions or principles. I think she's just a show woman. I think she just treats politics the same way Tomi Lahren does. I don't think she has any, because she apparently went from Bernie to Trump, and if you go from Bernie to Trump, you never had any principles in the first place, and you're definitely just looking to jump on bandwagons. And so Those two things combined equals that shit don't count because you came in and gave a monologue. Let's keep it real, son. That's what you did. Okay? Now, the Razor Fist debate. That's a debate. That counts. Obviously, he mauled him into oblivion. Very, very bad. I have been getting comments on the video I did about that, which you can check out my recent breakdown of that video. I've been getting comments on there from people saying that if you mention it's a Razor Fist, he'll block you immediately. So that's pretty funny. But anyways, the point I'm trying to make here is he's done one debate, one full-length debate. Okay, one. And he thinks he's the best. And I was in the live chat, and everyone was calling him a narc for saying that because it was pretty insane. And that he wasn't being humble, but it wouldn't be that big of a deal if he was actually at least in the competition for it. He's not even in he's not even the same ring as Destiny, David Pacman, or Sam Cedar. Now, Michael Brooks, he hasn't done many debates either. I think he's only done like one, so he's in the same boat as Kyle. But Sam Cedar debates on a daily basis multiple times. David Pacman debates on a daily basis. He calls into radio shows. He has call-ins as well that he debates with, but he'll call into radio shows. You know, he's done debates. I've watched those debates that he'll do with Republicans. He's done a bunch of debates. He debated Ben Shapiro, by the way, and made Ben Shapiro literally malfunction. Literally, like a robot malfunctioning. He deadass did that. Go watch that. But anyway, so he's not even in the ring with any of those. I forgot to explain Destiny's situation. Destiny will debate anybody on the street. And literally, he talks to randos on Discord. Now, the one thing that Kyle Kulinski said about Destiny that was true, Kyle Kulinski stated that one thing about Destiny is that he's not so much about affirming positions and pushing those as much as he is, I kind of have this sort of position and then just debunk what he say. Now, what I think is Kyle devalues a lot the skill that Destiny has to devalue the arguments that he's, combating. Because, like, if you watched Destiny and Vincent James, I mean, Destiny just demolished him. But Kyle made the point, like, well, what were the things that he was, defending in that? And I guess he was kind of defending a buyback program, but he was right in that you couldn't really come up with specifically the things that he was defending there. And so he's kind of right on that for sure. But that doesn't mean, because debate is a sport, obviously, that doesn't mean that Kyle Kulinski is a better debater than Destiny. It's not even close. Destiny is by far better than debater than Kyle Kulinski. If Kyle wants to be in that ring, he's got to debate more. You can't do one debate. You can't do group debates and debate Scotty Nell Hughes and all that other stuff and Jesse Lee Peterson. Those don't count. So you debated Razor Fist. That was a really good, debate there. I'm sorry, dude. You're not a better debater than Destiny. You're not a better debater than David Pacman or Sam Cedar. Because they debate, and I know what he's going to say. He's either going to say, I would imagine, he'd probably say, oh, it's, quality and quantity are different things. Obviously, no shit. But if you've got one album and someone else has 10 albums out and you're asking who's the better rapper, is that really a fair comparison? Of course not. Of course it's not. So you have to reach a certain threshold, okay? You have to do a certain amount of debates. You can't just have one debate under your belt and be like, I'm easily... And, dog, when I tell you he believes... The way that when you watch that video, you can tell this guy believes it to his core. Oh my God. It's insane. The insanity that's going on in this man's brain, where he thinks he's the best debater on the left after doing one debate. Holy smokes, man. That level of narcissism and just self-aggrandizement. Holy smokes. Now, it would be different. I don't know. Did he call himself the Michael Jordan of debating? I don't know. That seems a bit hyperbolic if you do ask me, and I did the poll on my community tab, but obviously that's not random sampling. That's a biased sample size because it's a majority of people who are subscribed to this channel are Kyle fans, as well as a lot of the people subscribed to this channel don't even know who Destiny is. So, I don't know what's going on with Kyle, man. He's certainly gone off the rails with this one, though, man. I don't know what he's doing.